Hello, darlings. Thank you for joining me again. What's going on with the PulseChain? Well, maybe it's all going to plan. I'm going to be the first person to tell you this. It's probably planned to go this way. And you say, what do you mean? Chaos and destruction and not going smoothly. Yes. Everything built great happens to be like this. Don't believe me? You know, the PulseChain and PulseX prices, they are below sacrifice. PulseX, around 50 to 60%. What about Pulse? It's above here, but it went back down a tiny bit. It's recovering. What's going on? Have you heard of a little company called Apple? Not only do they make apples, they make the iPhone. Look at these lines. Apple line release. Look at these lines of people. Some might say they're a cult. Look at all these people lining up. Look at them. Look how happy they look. Haven't slept or showered in days. Don't want to smell that blanket. Look at all these people crazed, hungry for this iPhone product. This is the iPhone 6. It's been going on for a very long time. Now keep this in your head, okay? Keep this in your head. Ricardo Corazon, I'm going to show you this clip. He is going to explain to you what he's been occupying himself with 2022. Don't worry, all of this is going to make sense.
I'm thinking of building like a Richard Hart museum. I think in Copenhagen, I like Copenhagen, I think it's cool. I think I'm going to build like first level, flex the cars, next level, nightclub, next level. The right girls that seem the coolest get bounced up to that level. Nice. And this is the mansion, you know. But I have to find a building that has the zoning for these things.
Somewhere in Europe.
I'm going to do Copenhagen. I'm going to do Copenhagen.
You would do it.
Okay, so you see the word cope in Copenhagen. It sounds like what we've been doing lately. So Richard Hart building a museum with a nightclub. Keep that in mind. A nightclub. Doesn't that remind you of the Apple line? The nightclub that's popular has lines outside. They don't let everybody in. They have to demonstrate to everybody else that there's a lot of people who want to get in. It gives FOMO to everyone else. Just like the green candles in crypto. Everyone wants to get in. Let me in. Keep this in mind, okay? I want you to keep this in mind because now that I've shown you this, have a look at the bridge. This is the amount of money you can see that's coming in. And a lot of people, they're not going to consider Hex to be real money, so I got the other numbers. So let's go through with this, okay? This is the bridge. There's $27 million still unclaimed in the PulseChain bridge. There are clogs right now. So there's $20 million in stable coins, real stable coins, and $5.8 million in Ethereum. This can only mean that they're here to splash auto buy. So even though we see these prices that are down, yes, Pulse and PulseX, yes, they're below the sacks, etc., not doing the best. But that's because, look at this, on this right-hand side, luckily, you like, subscribe, build button, or you're a baby doll baby cake, only 13.8% has been claimed. So you can actually go here to PLSburn.com. This is a website, PLSburn.com, and you'll be able to see this live. And you can actually view the money that's still sitting here waiting to just unlock. And what do you think they're going to do? They're going to come and auto buy. But there's more to come. This is just to show you that, hey, when I thought about this and I saw this, I don't think somebody like Richard Hart, who knows everything about crypto inside out, suddenly was like, oh, I'm so shocked that people want to use this chain they've been waiting 2 years for. I never planned for this. I don't believe that. Okay, I don't believe it. You can, but that's okay. I'm here to protect you. All right, I don't believe it. I think it's all going to plan. I think everything's going to be great. This is Richard's tweet from a while ago. Hey, last year, the Richard Hart Museum has been acquired. It's in Europe. More details to be released near its opening. Think about a nightclub. Think about the Apple store line. Think about the most popular products in the world. What I've noticed Richard Hart does is he will go to the very best product and example you can find in the real world, but he has a lens that no one else has. He can see what makes them successful. Whereas most of us, we are just looking at it like, wow, I'm amazed. Look at all the stars in my eyes. So he can see things that puts together the magic that can enhance the experience, okay? I found these tweets for you. I just remember this. Remember everything I've just shown you at the beginning of this video. One of his tweets. Look at this. If you've noticed, things in PulseChain keep improving rapidly. Yesterday, you had no bridge. A few days ago, you had no chain. Next up, PulseX stuff. Do you remember everybody saying, hey, what happened to the PulseX limit orders? Very basic functionality. What happened? I was wondering too. And now you know why. The answer is obvious. This is the truth, okay? If you give people a perfect, finished product at the start, they can't really accept it for what its power really is. They can't be as amazed because they get desensitized. It's like you go and you have an amazing breakfast, brunch, early lunch, late lunch, early tea, dinner, and dessert. You have like 7 amazing meals. Even if they were all $1,000 meals cooked by the best chefs in the world, I could still ask you, hey, what was the highlight of the day? You're like, I really liked that one cherry after tea. Just imagine what's going through the chef's minds. Like, what do you mean one cherry? Spend $1,000 to cook you this. But that's what humans do. We filter out everything and we like to focus on that little flavor. If you thrash everyone's senses, they don't know where to look or to think. It's very obvious when you think about it. So it's very much better to drip feed it. You increase the anticipation, you increase the satisfaction, demand gets smoothed over time, and it has a long-lasting effect. This is marketing, okay? So there's a lot to uncover here. So even more hints. He says, okay, PulseChain, it's so popular that in 24 hours, it did 150,000 transactions on one DEX. And Ethereum's done 300,000 across all the DEXs. $27 million bridged in, waiting to come out the other side. I'm looking at this language. I'm very suspicious, okay? Because, okay, I'm reading this live with you now thinking like, wait a minute. If this really happened, friend, like, if this was anybody else, what would the average person be saying? The average person would be saying, the bugs are getting fixed, and when they're in, we're ready to continue. But they don't say that. It's almost like someone was planning to have these people waiting. Keyword, waiting. I mean, the whole Hex product itself, the whole crypto is proof of wait. Did you wait long enough? Here is your reward. This does not seem like it's a coincidence. I've never seen anything like this. I've seen so many launches, so many pump and dumps, things that worked, things that didn't, a lot of them. I don't see anything like this, and you haven't either, okay? So he even talks about, here's the funny part. Basically, the only people that have enough gas to transact are people that sacrificed 2 years ago. I mean, like he's kind of hinting, hey, you know, those people who waited, they get rewarded. So nearly none of this is new users because there aren't new users yet because they can't get Pulse yet. Imagine what happens when they can. The bridge validators will work on the bridge to native Pulse after they clear the existing bridge. Wow. This doesn't sound like, oh, golly gee, there's a bug, we have to fix it. I'm very suspicious of this. And it's to pump all the bags, okay? So when I say suspicious, I don't mean suspicious in a bad way. I mean, it's all going to plan. Just don't paper hand still, okay? Look, okay? Look, if this doesn't make it obvious, okay, look. Basically, the world is watching and wanting to participate. They're just waiting on the bridge. How many times is this guy going to use the word wait? Think about that. What you see now, basically just the folks that have been waiting 2 years. There you go, the word again. Wait, wait, wait. You know when they look at central bankers, they get algorithms that scan how many times they use a word? At the end of 2024, Jerome Powell used the word pain like 7 times. And the market didn't like that. The market just pooped itself in October last year. Have a look at this. He used the word wait. What do you think the algorithms would be processing here? This guy's saying, wait, 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 wait. It's going to be great. It's marketing, man. He knows what he's doing. That's how he got Hex to pump 2,000x from the day one Uniswap listing. And look at this next part. PulseX pairs and farms aren't even done rolling out. I think you could make a whole university course like this. I think number 1 should be Ty Lopez. Number 2 should be Richard Hart with this because This is a language that people want to hear. You know, it's not just, oh, cool things coming out. This is, people want to be told this. This is the flavor. So yes, all your bags are going to pump, but people want it to happen like this. And if you even go back a bit further in his posts, look what he's saying. Bridges and exchanges have a great opportunity in PulseChain. There's already 19 million sitting in. So this was earlier, right? He goes, in the bridge contracts, trying to get in. He always says it. Isn't this is not done by, okay, look, they're just trying to get in. They just can't get in. Come on, man. It's so obvious to me now. People are very, very hungry. I talked to you about this before. How does a man with 400 IQ use the word very twice? Think about it, okay? Very, very hungry for Pulse to transact with and finding it hard, if not impossible, to buy on chain. This is, I've seen just too many examples now. This man, obviously, he is drumming up to the public, to everybody else. He's saying, everyone wants to get in. Everyone's trying to get in. Everyone is finding it impossible to get in. I believe it's to help massage and groom everybody so that when they do get in, they feel like, oh, well, I'm finally in. Like you've just entered a wonderland. Heaven itself. Great marketing, you know. You know, a lot of people get upset at this, but I think, why get upset? Crypto, blockchain is revolutionary. You can now participate in this. This is not just some grifter selling you a pair of shoes on TV saying these shoes will change your life, because you are consuming the shoe. You can't invest in that shoe. The person who's selling you the shoes, yeah, they're investing. This is different. You can now invest with the community. You can invest with the team. This is why crypto is changing lives. That's why crypto is growing for 14 years. That's why blockchain is a misunderstood asset still, which is what we want. People don't get this yet. This is marketing. I like seeing this. Okay. So he talks about, I'm blocking so many people. You don't have a well-functioning real money market for PulseX or anything yet. They take time to gather liquidity. Everything will be highly volatile. People can't even find ways to shove money in their system yet. I've just noticed every single post has to do with referring to other people and how hard it is to get in. Oh, it's just so hard to get in. Do you honestly think for 1 second that somebody who was mining Bitcoin when it was 50 cents, all the way back then, the guy who understands crypto inside out, made a coin go 2000x, you honestly think this guy was like, golly gee, I never expected more than 4 people to want to use the bridge on launch day. Jeez, that took me by surprise. Come on, man. This is just the Apple Store done in crypto format. And I like it. You know why? Because I'm long with you, baby dolls. We're all long. That's why we like it. This is fantastic to see. It's absolutely fantastic to see. Think about this. Now, after you've seen all this, I want you to think about, hey, it's just funny to see. Bridged $31 million, but only 13% have actually claimed it. Golly gee, what are they going to do with the money? Oh, it's just sitting there. So, you know, it's funny when you think about it. Now, I want you to know something, okay? Richard Hart, the way he launched Hex, and I can show you the way he launched Hex, was, you know, we can go through it right now. I can show you the very beginning. There's a story to the beginning. Not just the price, there's a story. I wasn't even there, all right? But I've done enough research. I wasn't even there. Let's put on a log chart, okay, just so you can see. I wasn't there, okay? So the flag is Hex Day 1 Adoption Amplifier, okay? And then it's dead, all right? Weak hands get out. I want you to know this box is the rinsing of the weak hands, the non-believers, okay? And people had to hold through this. This is the phase we're in now with PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex itself, right? We're in this phase, getting rid of the non-believers. What comes after this is the pump. It's a good first release into the Bitcoin halvening. But in this period, do you see him paying anyone? Do you see the market going like, woohoo, we'll let you out, come back down? No. Look at this. It barely gets back to the day 1 Uniswap listing. It barely gets back to there, and then it rinses again. None of this screams free money. None of it. But if I show you a weekly chart, okay, instead of inside out, now you're going to think differently. You're like, excuse me, hello? What is this? Let's do this crosshair, and I'm going to measure it all the way up. Oh, wow, that's just a 2,195x, mind you, baby doll. What about this first rally? So let's forget this euphoria. We can talk about the 2025 euphoria next year. What about this first rally? This first rally was still a, wow, 25x. That's where I kind of see PulseChain to PulseX going? I mean, the lowest down here is up 7 to 8x. The highest is a 25x. I can feel that coming. But look what happened. You had to wait. After everything I showed you, how many times did he use the word, you gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait, and everyone's trying to get in. Everyone's trying to get in. You can't get in, and everyone's in the cool club. Richard, in his museum, in the video I showed you earlier, he said the second level in the middle of his museum is going to be a nightclub. He was probably in the bear market researching more tricks, how to make a nightclub more popular. He already knew it. Probably knew 99% of them, okay? You got to make people wait out the line. Everyone wants to get in. Look at all these hot babes with all their wigs on. This is not a mistake. You're witnessing something happen here. Now, if this was anybody else doing anyone else's plan, I'd congratulate them and just say, yes, you are going to kill it. But for the first time, we can actually participate in these. So if you have Hex on Ethereum, Hex on PulseChain, if you have PulseX or PLS, I think you should get all of them. I think you should have them equally. You can mess around with the ratios here and there. If you are missing one, it's okay. We're all liquidity bonded. But think about what you're going to do between now and the end of the year. If you're going to DCA, keep getting in this ecosystem, all right? Even if you don't buy into this marketing, even if you say, I don't like him, I don't like the direction left, I don't like the color white. If you just don't like him, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just telling you what you do like, okay? You are a human and you're a baby doll, baby cake, chocolate muffin. You like green candles, and so do I. The green candle represents the thousands and millions of people who will potentially come in after you, okay? And they will validate that what you've purchased is growing and it's valuable, all right? So you don't have to value this yourself, but I'll tell you what you are going to value. The next 1 million people who are going to fall for this. So it's in your hands now. Do you want to participate or not? It's up to you. You don't have to do anything. I can just let you know, I've seen all of this, and when I go out there and I go look at any other coin, I'm like, you know what? That founder, he's not doing a very good job of convincing me that this is the next greatest thing. And that other leader, they're not convincing me that this thing is going to go up 1,000x. Even if I really think this thing can only do a 10x, I want him to try to convince me that it's going to go up 1,000x. You want that. Just like how people vote for world leaders. Don't come out and tell us the truth. Tell us what we want to hear. Once you understand this, you understand crypto. Like, subscribe, bell button, or I think mum and dad need to hear from you. Catch you in the next one, friends.